Hello, Rose Besties. So I heard you have a round of rose blooms that are fully spent. Now it is the perfect time to deadhead. First, you need to know the difference between deadheading and pruning. Deadheading is a much quicker process. Deadheading really is not intimidating because it's simply just the process of you removing the spent blooms in order to promote new growth. Now, ideally, you'll want to do that after every round of blooms that you have. And I'm not talking about the knockout roses and the landscape roses. Does not require deadheading. This is for the more showy, luxurious roses. Pruning is an entirely different thing that happens usually twice a year, and that is when usually towards the end of the season. And for me, and that really depends on your zone as well. For me, as a Texas gardener, I prune twice a year, and that is usually towards the end of November and towards the middle of February. Pruning is a process. It's a much more extensive process of you removing all the dead, diseased branches and cutting off a lot of the height to manage the size of your rose bushes and also shaping it at the same time. Here's a few things you would need before you start deadheading. First of all, you would need a very good, sturdy rose pruner. I have one that is pretty beat up, because I use it a lot. It's rusty, but it's fully sanitized. And in between, and this is usually a process for pruning, but I like to incorporate it when I'm deadheading as well, is to sanitize my pruner as I am cutting away some of the dead and diseased branches. And that is just something that I've tailored to the needs of my roses. For me, I like to use a sanitizing spray with paper towels to wipe my pruner off in between. And some of my friends like to use sanitizing wipes. Those are totally fine as well. It's whatever to your preference. I cannot stress enough why you need to sanitize in between you cutting off all of the dead and diseased branches, because who want to spread those germs around, right? Next thing you need, some proper gloves, because some roses are really thorny, just for your own protection. I don't use it all the time. That's why I'm always covered in scratches and I see a little blood here and there, but that's okay. For your own protection, I recommend gloves. Lastly, you will probably want to get a bucket. I like to use a Home Depot bucket or a bag, and that is whatever you prefer to use, because we need to dispose this in a trash can because there might be fungal infected branches and diseased branches in here. We don't want them to spread and touch other things. Time for a little demonstration. Now you want to grab the spent bloom and follow that stem all the way down until you find the first set of 5 leaves and cut it right above a outward facing node, just like that. Now this next one is a good example of a single stem that splits into multiple heads of blooms. Same rule applies. You want to take off the entire head. Just find the base of where it splits and where you see the first set of 5 leaves, and you will want to make that cut right above the outward facing node. Let's practice again on the single stem with a single bloom. Find the first set of 5 leaves, right above it, find an outward facing node, make that cut just like that. Easy peasy. Now for climbing varieties, as you can see, this one I have a lot to deadhead. You will want to follow the same rule. Please do not prune too much of the length, because that's going to hinder your next round of blooms. You want to do the same thing. Find that base where the first sets of 5 leaves and make that cut right above that node. It's hidden right underneath that leaf facing outward, just like that. The last thing I want to cover is, I know a lot of people might tell you that you absolutely need to cut at a 45-degree angle or just at an angle instead of cutting it straight flat. It's because the surface could catch more bacteria and moisture. That actually has no scientific evidence to back it up. So you can absolutely just do whatever you prefer. It's not going to cause any damages to your roses, I promise. Now, for the sake of time being, I'm not going to show you how to prune off the dead and diseased branches. That will be a different video as well as pruning. But remember to put your scraps in the bucket and dispose them so no germs can travel around. And like I always say, practice makes perfect. So keep practicing, you'll get better at it and faster at it. Now, I hope you feel confident after watching this video on deadheading. And I can't wait to see the next round of bloom of yours. Now, before I go, remember to save this video in case you forget how to properly deadhead. You can still find the video. And as always, happy hunting. I'll see you in the next one.